Hello everyone and welcome to another round of the Factorio Speed Go Championship. This is still the stage of round of 16 and in today's match we will see Mateusz Surma, one of Europeans' best players, really professional, battle against the youngster Xing Yuze, who is recently become 6th dan and is climbing quite fast. And you may be surprised why you see me here when it was BenZero who was supposed to stream. But don't worry, after the first game, which I will comment, the stream of BenZero will continue. He actually had some technical difficulties with the first game, and I'm recording this after the match, so that the first game is also included in the video. So I will go through it quite fast. So Mateusz is white and Yuze is black. So this is how the game started. So the first game is played, I think, with 5 minutes plus 8 seconds. So it's quite a slow game. But, well, I mean, still, you just have 5 minutes. It started peacefully. Black blinzered. And Mateusz decided to settle here with this quite fancy attachment. Why not? He made a group and jumped, settled. Absolutely no problem. And white enters Sun. And basically the game for a long time was about evenish. Most of the time Mateusz was leading by maybe 3 points, but it was nothing decisive. Black attacked here, invaded, then attacked here, took care of his group. Maybe could have been done in some bit more fancy manner, but it's not such a problem. White invaded, black tried to destroy this enclosure, which he used this quite famous technique to escape. It worked, so he got out. White also settled though, so again nothing too spectacular happened. White extended, black attached, white hane, again played quite solidly. I think Ashe was commenting this he was on spot, that having strong groups and having the game easier is much more important than playing like the 100% moves. So you can see that Mateusz, all of his groups are quite alive, but they are also small. And after capturing these 3 stones, black makes this framework. Okay, white tries to attack this group, black protects, cuts, and some kind of fight happens now. So white has just small groups, but now this is his big chance, right, in this area to either massage this group or this group. So it's getting a bit fierce. So this is the classical defense, white will Atari. Now you can consider this group settled and you try to connect these two. Mateusz just peacefully captured, again simplifying the game, black answers. Jumps, tries to attempt to put some pressure on the middle stones. White cuts, black bamboo, escapes, attaches, blocks, jumps. And now this is one of the key moments of the game, like maybe the first really important one. So now it seems like this group is kind of getting settled and connected, more or less. And these guys feel a bit lost, right? The I shape is not clear. And for some reason, Yuze decided to play this descent. And so his right group got enclosed and attacked. I think here, but of course he didn't have much time, he could have first settled this group. Like going out here is very important because it also threatens to attack white in the middle somehow. And also this group perhaps. And if Mateusz would attempt to kill black here, it does not really work, because white has to come back here after this connection, black can connect, and if white cuts, then this is probably overplay and all of the white stones here will die. So it means it's not really cuttable, and therefore this group was actually okay, and black didn't have to protect there. So thanks to this, black got into trouble and had to use some fancy technique. Like after this cut, it was actually quite inventive. Like black played this Atari first to see how white's answers. He extended, then played here. And Mateusz played Tenuki, because if he would connect, then black would also connect, or maybe Atari and connect, and most likely he would be alive here. So instead of that, Mateusz decided to just take the cash and sacrifice these 2 stones. And actually this sequence where white cuts off the middle stones is quite good for white, and white starts to lead by approximately 8 points, 8 to 10 points I think. So it's hard, but nothing unimaginable to come back from, so they continued. Somehow fighting. Still black has this framework, so all hopes are not lost, definitely. But after a while, and this is Sente, exchange, cut, Atari, reduction, push, jump, honey, black played this Atari. And this is the second key moment of the game, because this move is Sente. Probably it was a time Tesuji. Black was maybe, I can only assume, thinking that he has to protect this corner, because if he plays something in Gote, white can live here very easily. So maybe he was debating whether he should capture very solidly, or if he can just make the Ponuki, or considering some other big move. But decided to play this Sente before. But unfortunately, this move is actually Gote, because after white capture, black has to come back and connect here. And therefore, this is basically a loss of a move. And maybe at this stage, in some cases, the next white move could be maybe only 5 points, some endgame. But actually in this game, since white can live in the corner, it's really huge to lose Sente here. So after a few exchanges that Mateusz made, he came back to the corner, lived here, and now white is ahead by about 20 points. And since Mateusz played very solid, all of his groups are fixed, there is no hope to attack, and so the game is basically over. Shin actually played this game till the end, which may not have been so entertaining for observers, but was probably key to exhaust Mateusz, since Shin is much younger, or I don't know actually how old they are exactly, but I would guess perhaps something like 8 to 10 years younger. So maybe he wanted to tire Mateusz. Alright, so nothing much happened, so this would be for the game 1. I wanted to have it here in order, for completeness reasons. Alright, and I will pass it to Ben, who will make the follow-up of the video for you watching on YouTube. I hope you enjoy it, and watch next Monday Ali Jabarin against Jan Prokop. It will be a very fun match, I think, because Jan has a very counting heavy style, and he's not afraid to play punk moves. So definitely tune in for that. See ya!
Hello again. I'll try to fix most lag issue. Let me know if that kind of helped. About the time, I don't know. Yeah, I can fix everything. I try to fix the most I could do. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if that helped a bit. For the time, I don't know. I get some bug with OGS that the notifications are appearing and I cannot remove them. So that's that. But I think everything else should be working. So far working well. That's a good sign. Seems better now, except no time. Yeah, no time. I will try to fix it for the next game, but every time I fix it, then somehow the notification appears and I cannot remove them. I don't know why. That's really weird. But now I have the same source for... Seems everything every time something is not working. And this, the stream is not lag spiking anymore. Okay, that's a good start. We are fixing the problems one by one. Now I'm just wondering why the main game is also the AI game. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. That's good to know. And now I have this. Why I have this? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It was working well for the first one. Of course, now it doesn't work anymore. This is amazing. Okay, now I think it's fine. Phew! So except the time, I'm sorry. Yeah, for third game we might be correct. We might be getting somewhere. But for now, no time. So if you want to see the time, you can follow on OGS directly. Okay, so let's start that second game. For the time, I can tell you that Mateusz is at 3 minutes and white is at 2:30. So Mateusz is black, that's correct. Yuze is white, that's correct. Amazing. So, well, very classic. I think also Mateusz is the only person I know at that level that still plays this one. Of course, I mean, I think most people seems way better now. Good job, thank you. Well, I switched to 30 FPS, and maybe I'm not as good looking as when I was in HD, but that's fine. I will blame it on the cam. But yeah, Mateusz plays this, obviously very fine. Use a shoulder hit. Life is good. Pip. Well, I mean, after that move, which I'm not a fan of, but Mateusz, I guess, likes it, Pip makes sense. If you were now to play here, it would look very passive because now the move at R9 looks very weird. Like it's not like you're going to play here. That would be very, very passive. So it makes sense that you want to pip. The dream being that, yeah, so white connects, then you can go for a big scale attack. To be fair, I don't even know if I would have answered here. I think if I'm white, I would have just Tenuki and play like this. Because even if black plays here, it's not that big. You have a very nice framework with white on top. And even that stone at Q11 is not that big. So I don't really like this connection. Yeah, here is white at plus 12, I see, from the game. So let's catch up quickly. So white is taking points. Oh yeah. Yeah, that feels already quite nice for white. You get all the points and still you have some agi with the 3 white stones. Yeah, I just don't know why he didn't answer that move. I mean, like, that move is just very normal to answer, and you can just connect here, and at least you keep the balance of territory quite nicely. But now he gave away all the points, and still there's a lot of agi with those 3 stones. Nice trying some call. So like now he's planning basically a move in the corner. But yeah, so even if white plays away, as he did in the game, you still need like quite many steps, or 2 steps, to win that call. So actually white doesn't even need to answer. Like white can again play elsewhere, and still it's a call. So I'm not a fan of what black is doing here. And white connected here, that makes sense. O10 is something between genius and misclick. I would go with misclick. And so white is trying to settle, because now black needs to spend a move, right, to finish the core. Actually, I mean, black needs to spend 2 moves. But on the other hand, also black can turn at some point O18 to capture the whole thing. And now we caught up with the game. What was that first move in T19? T19. I mean, that's the only way to make a core, no? It's a desperate core, but it's a core somehow. But I feel, yeah, like you don't want to. I mean, like, think like from this move, I think Mateusz is a bit crazy here. But how is it good? I mean, 15 points at this stage of the game is nothing, obviously. We've seen bigger throw than this in this tournament. Yeah, just this move for me is weird, like, because you give all the cash and you're still unsure what you get. If the next move of black would have been something like either that or that, I could get the idea, but black wants even more. And basically here black gives the center for a double core. So yeah, basically you don't achieve anything. But in the game, I see that the 15 points lead is already gone, so let's catch up with the game. Oh, he captured. Yeah, that's bad. No, yeah, here you connect. And I mean, you can still even just, like, even if black plays here, you can still come back and you take all the points and you get the strong group and you get all the cash on top. And that looks very good for white to me. But not answering that core threat. Out of all the core threats you could not answer, I think this one is the worst. Like, yeah. No, yes, that was terrible. And the fact that it's still... Okay, no, shit, now it became like black plus 12. But I think at this point it was like, I saw like what was half point game. And white plays here. Yeah, that's the German school of Go for you. That's an ugly move. And black caps. So even if white somehow leaves, which I mean white might leave, but not sure yet. But even if it does, you get to seal the whole bottom. And yeah, so white is at 10 seconds and black is at 2 minutes. I'm sorry for the time, I will try to fix it for the next game. But this notification keep on appearing, you will see. And so now it's dead. Amazing. So just dead. Like 0 G, nothing. And it's not like also there's like black got the Punukki, so black got the influence and the points. This is just a disaster. So now white is trying to make some invasion. I mean, of course he has to. Yeah. But that looks already difficult. I mean, this I guess could be some sequence. But even that, I don't... I don't see how you survive this whole thing. So that's the game. Okay, that's the game so far. Yeah, I'm also hoping Yuze can at least get one game. I mean, also, I don't want to take myself as an example, but yeah, like last week, I think Stjepan was the other strong kiddo, and he managed to take 2 games from me. So I'm hoping Yuze can at least get 1 game from Mateusz. Sorry, 1 second. So even if white leaves somehow, it's just too many points for black, and so it's too solid. That's the main point. But okay, I was going to say it's only 22 points. Yeah, it's 22 points. It's not so small, but 22 points makes me feel like then white should be dead. So how do you kill that? You must, maybe you do something like that, and you do some kind of a fake geta somehow. But this is Sente. Aha, this is Sente. So you must be careful slightly. So maybe just some kind of geta. If that geta works, but Mateusz went for this one, which feels like a slightly suspicious. Okay, he's trying, I guess, to go for like a more yeah. So now black has to capture. Technically maybe not, because it's still a core. Like, let's say black would have played here. We could still make a ko. But of course, maybe not the ko you want. And also, white has many. Yeah, maybe not. So I guess Mateusz wants to kill cleanly. So now, how do you survive? You go out. Can you make a geta from this? It's not so clear. In the game, white jumped, so now white must come back and connect. And black tries to keep on attacking. Hane makes sense, you have to connect. I feel some hope. Like if white plays here now, but white bumped. Okay, and we play here. You have to extend. But now you can jump. If you try to cut, you end up with some sort of ko. I mean, ko might still be good, I'm not so sure. Because then any move, any 2 moves by... Actually, no, it's not amazing. Actually, because then you also revive with the right, my god, yeah. So actually, it would be amazing if somehow white end up reviving the whole thing. And I feel it's slightly turning that way. So black pushed, white would have to connect. Oh my god. So if white push, black must block. And then you tiger mouth, or you play here, which I like a bit less, because I think in any case, if black plays Atari, you could play here now. Maybe I was a bit afraid of that. Also possible. So white extends and black jumps. This feels like it was a big success for white, because now you can just jump, and suddenly there is, of course not right now, like black of course has more liberties, but at some point black will have to capture all those white stones, and this is actually quite big. So, and also black doesn't really dares to cut, I think, because if you dare to cut, then that core also makes life for the whole group on the right. So then it's also another big loss. So even that core isn't really playable for black, unless they make some other fight and black gets a billion points core threats. White spends a move. Okay. So here you have to be careful, because suddenly that core became like you get to capture this. Still, I guess white is happy because really black has no points. I mean, yeah. So maybe it's not that working well. Black extends, and now okay. So I guess white was a bit scared. Exchanges that just to make sure. Actually, I wonder if you connect to make sure you have a, or maybe you can exchange this and connect to force black to capture. It's possible, but white fights. I feel this fight is a little bit unnecessary. So in the game, white extended, black is covering. Okay, I feel like Yuze now is back to some nice rhythm. If extend, then you can play here. Black has to fight somehow this core, but then also white get lots of cost rates here. So far I like white. And yeah, so black had to spend a move. And now white Atari. And black plays here. Back to super even. Yeah, but that's the kind of even that doesn't really mean even. It's an extremely complex fight. Also, yeah, just simply something like this, and this can be worth a lot. Probably still, I guess, black kills white, but the amount of moves that you have to spend is quite big. So anyway, in the game, white Atari, black jumps, white push and cut. I feel right now white is really trying maybe a bit too hard, but maybe it works. Because yeah, here if you capture, then black can capture like this. Not exactly what you want right now. And if black captures, yeah, in the ladder, then black can go out. Okay, black Atari is first. I guess you play here, and black goes out, yeah. So now white must connect. Maybe this was the Mateusz plan all along. Then here you try to cut, but that feels complicated. Yes, we can play this one. And white found, okay, nice T2G, yes indeed, because now white can just come back easily here and connect. So a nice move by white here. And here we are. So now I guess black will try to play this one. Here if you're black you want to connect all your stones. Also like this move just would be way too big If, for example, white gets this, then you get to cut off everything and to capture. So yeah, black needs for sure to do something. I guess he was maybe slightly afraid that if just extend, white can try to cut like crazy. Possible, but also very difficult to read. Like this kind of fighting sequence would be just a massacre. I don't even know what will be happening. But in the game, black Atari, white counter Atari, that makes sense. And white is fighting this ko, which I don't like. Yeah, here I think if I'm white, I would have just go through. That feels much better. Here anyway, you're already connected with white. Like your whole dragon in the center is connected. You're alive. On the right you are dead, so you don't really care. And if you can kill the C13 stone while still keeping some pressure to the center, I think it'll be amazing. And also that ko is not really playable. I mean, okay, black has some close threats, but white as well. But now black getting to connect here feels quite nice. White gets to live in center, that's true as well. But that black power in the center is pretty strong. So white Atari, white is connecting, that makes lots of sense. Black Hane, I'm not sure I get that move. I don't think it's so big. Maybe it is big. Oh, yes. And we are back to the game. Yeah, again, it says even game here, but I'm sure the players, they don't feel like even game. Yeah, the number of times we said that, Tanguy. And we still play Go, so I don't think our word means much. Back then I said if Isidore would lose to AlphaGo, I would become a monk, and here I am. Not a monk, so yeah. What we say. So black steals the corner. Yeah, that's the biggest point. Also black is very strong, so yeah, black can jump like this. And playing here. So this one of course is aiming at creating a cutting point at d5. Probably black was afraid that if he just play like this, white would play here in center, and white can play some big move like this, for example. So here, because black is very strong with that center group, black wants to make sure that he can really push as much as he can. And of course now white has to come back and protect the cut. And maybe that would be an option here for black to be center and take like a big point. The idea is that even if white plays something like this, black can leave. You don't really care about the bottom. Where are you from? You was the player for more action game during the break. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where are you from? Your English feels like French. I guess my English feels good then. And yeah, I'm from Brittany, which is a different country in France. Okay, so the game is that black I just connected, being very calm. White got this point, that makes sense. It's center. It's not center anymore because answered. Then that move doesn't feel good if your plan was to connect just when black captures. I think in that case, then probably playing here would have been better. At least that would be my feeling. Because now, yeah, so this jump, like this slide, feels pretty nice. And black gets this one. So I feel like here black got some nice Yuze. They don't eat frogs in Brittany. No, we have refined food in Brittany. We don't eat like those French savages. We eat oysters and lobster. It's funny because I feel like the Yuze is going okay for black, but yet AI says it's still a half-point game. Thank you, Milena, for updating the time. I'll try to fix it for the third game. We fix one problem per game, so I'm hoping they reach game 5, so I can make sure that by game 5 the stream is perfect. So you guys really different from the rest of France. Yes, exactly. We are. Actually, both Tanguy and I are from Brittany, so you could say that the talent is actually Breton and not French. I thought Tanguy is from Marseille. Yes, and Marseille is also a part of Brittany. Just it's a bit further away, but same story. They also want to become independent, so in that sense we are very similar. Anyway, back to the game. So white got to keep a nice corner. I from the center of France. They want to join Morocco or what? Who wants to join Morocco? That is a very brave move by white, because it gives so many center moves to black, and one of them being that exactly. So now if white plays, so white must play here, I guess. White plays here, but then white can hane. No, it's fine, because even this attack doesn't work because you can still play here, so that's okay actually. Okay, so it's still fine. It's not fine because Mateusz finds the right combo, so the right order, because now by playing here, then he can cut like this. And now you must play here. You can't even capture because that Yuze is terrible, that is diabolical. And now you can make, so can you play here? Yeah, you can even play here and capture. Yeah. But wait, I'm actually confused. Why? So what was wrong if like this? Just he didn't want to give away this instantly? I'm not sure. Maybe yes. So anyway, it's a call. Random trade, why not? And yeah, it feels like it was a what actually? It was a success for white. Well, white got the 3 stones in the center, and white got the 2 stones on the side. Black got the 4 stones in the center. That's like 8. That's at 10 points. But I feel for sure white got more because, like, yeah, those. It was like easy, like 4 points for black in the center. If you start from this side, even just really like blocking here actually was like at least 10 points. I mean, compared to how much black lost. So even though it feels like black got the center, I think white got so many Yuze. Not so interesting. And here AI says white plus 10. And I don't think you can catch up 10 points in that game so easily. So yeah, good job, Yuze. Yeah, I feel like Mateusz really failed the attack at the bottom, like letting white go out, then creating room for the white group to revive. And when you look at the points that black got since the beginning of the game, because black already had that, black lost that, actually in the end black just managed to make this amount of points. But white got pretty much everything else on the board. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess, that it's a good game for white. Oh yes, I have to update the score. Should I already put 1-1 or should I keep it at 1-0? Okay, I don't want to jinx Yuze, so I'll just put 1-0 for now. Why is the one reverse? There's like some amazing bug in this stream. I don't even know it's possible. How is it possible that it's a reverse one? And if I put 2, it's also reverse. It's also reverse 2. It's amazing. I give up on this stream. Well, I mean, you can read the numbers the other way, right? My God. Put Roman counting. Okay, I can do that actually, yes. Okay, now it's, well, it's not center, but at least people know that it's a 1. My God, at least we got there in the end. So yeah, still plus 10. Yeah, there is absolutely no room that there's no room for black to catch up here. So yeah, exciting game. While they are finishing Yuze, we can just check what I think were well, first of all, this first fight was insane. Like Mateusz, like this first O10 I think was complete madness. Like here. Like just giving away the corner like that, and you're still not sure what you're gonna get. I think it's pretty bad. And what is funny to me, I think like Mateusz also will still play such a move in a tournament game. So it's not like I think he's being very creative for Blitz. I think it's just his style. Like he felt like it's okay. And I understand in the sense that because I also wouldn't have connected with white here, I would have just Tenuki. So I think he wanted to capitalize on that connection and wanted to attack the whole group. But after that, yeah, this T19, like he just passed for no reason. But then came the beautiful blunder of white by not answering this close right and giving just a Punuki. And also that move, I mean, maybe it's the AI move just to think about that move. Like having to play that move is very painful. And then you just die, which is also a bit sad. But then, yeah, black messed up here. I think there was a way for black to just probably play some kind of Geta, but he didn't. So white got out. Then it created some issue with the right group, so black had to spend the move. And here I feel like white didn't know what to do, so he just made the board even messier, which somehow worked. But then black felt the need to answer, which maybe was correct, but yeah, makes it very difficult. And white pushed and cut, made it even more complicated. Here I really think he missed a chance to make the game simpler by not reviving, and not yet like playing on the right, just cutting off here, but he didn't, he lived. And then Mateusz, I guess, didn't really capitalize on that newfound thickness on the left. And then, yeah, some Yuze also, like, I think he tried to be a bit too smart here, which I thought actually the sequence was nicely found, but in the end, he paid too much of a price just to get to those stones. And then we can catch up with the game. Yeah, we are in the dame, and we are at white +8. So yeah, congrats to Yuze. We will have at least 4 games. Very nice. Also, I think it's nice to see Mateusz sweat a bit. We want to see that. More Ben 0. Yeah, I hope less laggy Ben 0, but yeah. Thank you, Zetchen, for the raid. For those who don't know what's happening, because I'm guessing maybe it's mostly American viewers, we have the Factorio Speed Go Championship. It's not a championship where co-players are playing Factorio, but it's sponsored by the Factorio creator. If you don't know, it's a very popular game on Steam. And so here we are at the match number 6 of the top 16 between Mateusz Surma, Sweden professional, against Yuze Xing, who is 6th dan from Germany. Americans want to defy the EU again on globals. I don't think the pros are still playing Minna. I think they are all retired. Thank you, Mike. Very, very considerate of you. And also a very good choice from you. So now you can come at the best time. So for those of us joining, most likely, unless there is some self-Atari in the last dame, Yuze should win this game. So we have at least 2 more games. Yes, they are. Opa.
Remove the dead stones. White wins.
Okay, so white indeed won. Let me update the score in Roman numerals. So we are at 1-1. Yeah, very good job, Yuze. Let me tell them to create the 3rd game so I can set up everything. Okay, so we will take like I'm guessing a 5 minutes break. Why are they gone? Because they removed the camera. Okay, I guess they'll be back. Now you see me. Anyway, so like, I guess a small break. I will set up the game 3 and we are back, and I guess in about like 5 minutes. Okay, so I think we should be good. You should have the time. Okay, the black time is not that amazingly set up. And also actually I should change it, but at least it's showing. We are getting there. So let me move the white time here. Let me move the black time here. And so unless some notification is going to be annoying, we should be fine. Amazing. Still, I didn't fix the sound of the stones, but I mean, you know, as I said, one problem per game. So, yes. Okay, cool. So they just started game 3. And let's see what is happening. I see there is some funky stuff happening already by black. So Mateusz plays that. I think he likes this move quite a lot. And black plays here, which I think is AI. At least I've seen it before. So not that surprised. I've come to play this move a bit more recently. Since I saw a game by Chejong, or like when black plays here, she plays here, and I was like, okay, that's amazing. Of course, since then people know about it and they can play around it. Usually like black plays here and white plays here. But anyway, I like this schema too. So I used to never play pincer. I used to be like a proper Lukan and to play like this 99% of the time. But now I try to be a bit more flexible and to play this kind of move. But Mateusz almost always plays this kind of pincer. And black plays here. So white goes for this. So here, like black here is trying to be very flexible. That makes sense. You don't want to enter any crazy fight so early in the game. White goes for the corner and black splits. That makes lots of sense. And white plays here. Not sure about that. So of course it's not exactly the same shape, but often I see this move anyway. The idea is that if black blocks, then you can push and cut. Let's say if black plays here, then you push and cut here. But it's kind of the same idea. If black plays here, you just keep on pushing until black, well, stops, and then you can just cut. It's not exactly in this kind of position, but somewhat similar. So maybe it'll be fine. For example, I mean, you have this classic Joseki nowadays. And like here, white plays here, and usually blocking here leads to a very difficult fight. So often you have like, black playing some move like this, trying to aim at the shoulder hit or maybe the pincer. And on the other hand, of course, if white just answers, then now black is able to cut, to block, sorry. Yeah, maybe give them a bit more time to bet, I think. We're still very, very early in the game. But yeah, here, white clamps. I'm not sure about that move, and I'm even less sure about that one. But I somewhat like it, I guess. But who do I like it for? Not so sure. So wait, what was the other option? The other option was white just plays here. I guess black plays here, white plays here. And white will need to cut right away. That's a fight. I think it's a difficult fight because you also have like problems with this, for example. So anyway, here my first feeling anyway would be to connect, but black went for this one. And so very peaceful start by black. Yeah, I say it's completely even, which I mean I might believe that. I feel also actually connecting here is not so small, because then you also get to cut later on. Not right now, because of course, like here, black is just strong enough to resist. So here, yeah, like white is switching gears and going for this. So this is very classic in Go. You want to break up the potential, so you want to play in between the influence and the corner. I think also it would be completely fine for white to just play in some other part of the board. But yeah. Black kicks and jumps. And this one. I like, so I think maybe people will be wondering between J18 or G18 was the best one. Of course, this one puts more pressure on this group. Maybe in that case, white would play here. Not sure. I like this one also because then when white plays something else, then black can push, and now this becomes Sente. So you end up connecting everything in Sente, which feels pretty nice. So I like this, the Hane from this side. And white choose to approach. Again, very Mateusz-like. I think here probably I would still jump like this, trying to be quite safe. I think here he might be thinking he gets J18 in Sente, so anyway he will never die. So he doesn't want to spend one move for life, so he just keeps on pressuring. Black pushes, which I like very much. And so, okay, in that case, white didn't block, because as I said, if block, then you get this one. And that feels pretty good for black. So white is resisting by connecting here. Black gets some Yuze, and black comes back here. And white has to come back here. Yeah, because probably if white Tenuki, I think, yeah, this move would be pretty devastating. At least you get a ko. Maybe it's just dead. It's a ko at least, yeah. It looks like a ko at least. But that ko is also very difficult to play for black, so yeah. I guess just playing here is completely fine. And black answers. Okay. I think black really wants... Yeah, I was going to say like black really wants to come here. I'm not sure I want to exchange that right away. I think probably I would come here right now. I mean, it's not like white is going to play this one now. I don't think so. So maybe a little bit early to exchange that. Of course, good for points, but you also do give some options to white. So I think here, if I'm black, I would just start fighting on the left, and given what happens, maybe later on you want to actually get some moves on the outside and force white to leave. So yeah. This one I feel is a bit hasty. So white pizza, black jumps. So far actually I like black. Very solid shapes. You do have some issue around the J14 area, but nothing major so far. And black keeps on fighting. Not sure about that last move. I think just playing here would have been fine. Because if white blocks, you can really just cap, and white looks in a bit of a trouble. Yeah, and I like very much this capture by white. You fix all of your problems, and it's still very unclear what gain black got. So yeah, I think here just playing this one would have been fine. Yeah, because now you almost need to come back here. Maybe actually, because I was thinking if white captures and you get this, but maybe white might even just counter attack from this side. And it's still Also feels pretty sad for black, so yeah. But in the game, black plays here. So maybe here black is trying to shift the direction of the game with like a sequence like that. You would have something like this and a bit more fight. Possible. Yeah, so that's what they are going for. I kind of like this for black. He realized that maybe, I don't know if he thought he messed up on the left, so now he's switching direction, which I think is a good call. And still some agi around b7, so cannot really hurt. And now white is going on the offensive with this attack. I don't think it's a big deal. Even if you cut, black looks pretty much alive to me. If you push, because in the absolute worst case, you don't really care about the two stones at g15, g16. So even if you hane somehow, like this, you don't really care about. And this is also even sente for life. So I don't think the pressure is so big, but black answered, okay? But yeah, even here, like the white shape is very thin, so it feels like, I guess it's a good timing to ask. So here the idea is that if white just answered, then you get this one, and now there is no more agi with d8. And if white had captured, then you could just play this one. And now there was no way to disconnect. I mean, there was some way to disconnect, but it starts to be the kind of game where actually what you are capturing starts to be less valuable than what you are losing for such captures. So it makes sense that white is trying to be solid, but it means that later this one actually is a massive Yuze. So I like black's choice. Like, this was a good timing for this move, I feel. And black is trying to break through with this. So here the basic sequence was that if white cuts, black was able to go up. Of course, if you block like this, then you end up in a geta, very sad. And of course, if you go out, then you capture this. So there was no way for... Oops. Opa. Lost the game, sorry. Yes, better, I think. Okay, back to normal, sorry. So yeah, so there was no choice but for white to play here. Black plays like this, and black escapes. I mean, that group would never die. Like, white needs to play this, black can just play very simple like that and leave. It's still very unclear what white gain here. In the game, black goes for this move. So the idea is, like, if white plays here, black can play here. If white answers, then you can cut, which is pretty severe. So option number 2 would be this, or maybe like the throw-in. Yeah, that's the game. So white throws in, black Atari, and white shows a very interesting timing to Tenuki, and answers now. Very confused. So now I'm just wondering actually if black is alive in Sente or not. Maybe not. Okay, he thinks yes. White is really Sente. So let's say white plays this one. Answer. You must kill Oh yeah, but you have like some issues because you must kill from here. Yeah, there's lots of issues here. Okay, so black is even alive in center. So it feels like a big success for black, I feel, if it's alive in center. Now I see that the score estimation is white +2. Amazing. So what happened? Black didn't just answer here. Why is not black answering here? It feels like the simplest of moves. And you get a nice territory in the bottom. But black wants more, so he goes for this one, which feels suspicious. And this. So that's the game. But of course, luckily, black got one more move on the bottom right, so it feels better for black. But also, white got to capture the whole center. I mean the center, so some center stone. So it's also pretty big. So like the reduction is quite nice, and you put some pressure on the black group. And white should connect somehow. But it's Mateusz, so Mateusz is going to be faster, even faster by playing here. So here, basic idea, if black just answer here, you end up cutting like this. So black might want to be a bit faster. Now already, if you can answer like this, there's a lot more agi, and you can cut off white. So in the game, black just played here. So white cuts. Yeah, I really think black should have played here. I don't think white can not connect. I feel like this move would be a must. So now, like this cut is very, very big, and there's no agi. But that was definitely a success for white. If you answer, now you can even also put some more pressure on this group. If you answer here, well, later you will have some pressure on the center. White plays here. Yeah, I feel now like black is collapsing. He also missed the cut, which is center. He can make something here, like he can capture some stones, but it's not. What is happening? Did you just miss that? I feel you just missed that. I'm very confused. Yeah, I think black missed that he could just Atari and play here. And at least it's alive. But that is just dead. I mean, the group is alive, but just he died with no compensation. In Gote, that's even worse. Yeah, that game took a bad turn for black here. There would be like the beautiful idea of forcing white to play here, then you can go out and you kill the whole thing. That'd be nice. I think also a little bit dreamy, but nice. Yeah, white answers, so white is a little bit frightened. Which, I mean, of course you should be, I think. Yeah, also a nice move. Just some nice use
White
here.
wins.
Okay. And Yuze just resigned. So we are at 2-1 for Mateusz. Let me update the score in Roman numerals. Okay. Yeah, this game I felt was a nice start for Yuze. Like the first fight was okay, but then he made lots of poor decisions. First on the bottom right, then also the cut at f4. Also the c4 move. He let white play at b8, so there are lots of poor judgment here. I think here just white played solid and Yuze made a couple of poor decisions. Okay, so we'll take a small break. That will set up game 4, and we are back in 5 minutes. Okay, and we are back. I should switch the time. Here is black and here is white. Colors are correct. Okay, so now we are at 2 minutes 5 seconds, I believe. Yes, 2 minutes 5 seconds. So that's from experience of myself and other players. That's where it starts to be really, really difficult.
Game resumed.
And they just started. Okay, so in this game, Mateusz is black, Yuze is white. This is a match point for Mateusz. So if Mateusz wins, this is the end of this match. If Yuze wins, we will have a game 5. So let's hope that we will have a game 5. We want to have some content. And also we want to see Mateusz sweat. So that'd be great. Okay, they just started. I believe I have to change one thing. Yes, here we are. But somehow it's not. Okay, nice, better. And a review. But now a review disappeared. Amazing. This will never be over. Why a review is bad now, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Let me try to fix it. There is always something happening in this game, in this stream. Cut then we have a problem. Yeah, so now I have to fix the AI review. It feels like there's a new problem every game. That's amazing. I fix one, but there's a new one. Okay, so let's try to fix that. Amazing, the AI is appearing. Okay, but now we want to do something. Yeah, I don't know, there is some bug now which I don't understand. So we don't get to see the review, I mean the AI review. No idea. Boss AI review in your cam, you move it down in the scenes. I don't know. Maybe we are getting there. Maybe slowly getting there. Yeah, I know what you mean, Tanguy, but I'm just learning new bugs every day with this stream. I think I'm slowly making it happen. And okay, we'll see if the AI is fixed. Anyway, for now, let's focus on this one. So, here we have Mateusz black, Yuze is white. This is a classic Joseki, where black is getting some corner, white getting some influence. I think yeah, so far. Ah, the AI is working now. But the score is suspicious. Okay. Oh, okay, so I feel like now Mateusz is pulling every trick in his playbook for this one. It's funny because basically he found the way to, because here, if he would just play here, and because wait, no, the stone is here, yeah, it's different. Because I was thinking if it's like this, then of course you would end up here with the push and cut, but here it's like you play the normal Joseki. But white is very strong, so yeah, white doesn't want to just play here. That would be very passive to simply play like this. So I like the fact that white is very, very active here. Yeah, black asks a question. and black plays a very defensive move, and white tries attack. I don't know about that. Probably I would play like a more normal move in this area. Try to reduce the black potential, but he's going hard straight away. And white is... yeah, I feel like the white shape is a bit suspicious in the center. Because like, basically white didn't gain anything from the attack so far, except some weird cut in the center. So I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, that's correct. So okay, so you have part of the score. Aha, I see, that's what's happening. Okay, okay. Now I understand the issue. Yes, okay, now we are back to normal. Understood. So now you can see the score. Very nice, we are improving. So, in this game, yeah, and also I'm pretty impressed, like for the whole 4 games, the fact that Mateusz has been able to really always keep the time going for him. So now, of course, we are talking about like ultra blitz, but still, like 45 seconds is better than 13 seconds. And I think that's also what helps Mateusz a lot. And I feel like the last game, that's where also Yuze failed, because he made so many reading mistakes. And here, I actually like white, what he's doing. It says black plus, like AI says black plus 3, but... and also because AI always seems to be looking at that cut, and I really don't think it is on Mateusz's radar. I'm guessing the idea is that if white plays here, you can cut like that. And even if you can read that, I'm not even sure people, like, they would think it's good. Okay, I guess it's not so bad, because you can also cut off the netter at H16. Yeah, okay, I guess that is a nice, that's a nice combo. But you have to see it, which I don't think... okay, so he sees it now, but after that first 16, so I'm a bit not sure about that now. Yeah, that's not what black wanted to achieve here. Yeah, so black found the move, but a bit too late. And now white is pretty happy to capture that, yeah. Yeah, of course he had to go out, I also agree. I mean, go out or... because now can you really go out so nicely? I mean, here, at this moment, going out would be maybe still okay, like white can make life. But somehow still probably better than the game, yeah. So now we have that. I feel somehow black shape is collapsing to me, but also the white shape in the center is a bit disgusting. So something I've learned, in most cases, when you have such a throw-in, just capture. It's almost always better, because you are sure to force an answer here, right? Because then if you don't answer, then there may be a chance that white will connect first line. It's maybe bad, but at least you can connect. So often my rule of thumb being just capture, and then usually it should give you like at least a certainty of answer. If you play here, it's a bit less certain that black will answer. In the game, black answered, so it became okay for white, but yeah, now you can feel the pressure from both sides. White is gaining a little bit from this attack. Black will not die because there is no way to cut. And also now white has to be careful about the life of his group. Yeah, I think he completely forgot about this group. Because now this is a big problem. Because you must play here. Okay, white plays here now. Oh my god. Now it's very dangerous. I think white should have spent a move. Yeah, now this is very dangerous for white. Because can you really escape? I don't think so. On the other hand, black is not completely alive as well with the massive dragon. You have one eye in Sente. Black is playing here. Yeah, but you still cannot really cut that. Oh my god. The end is near. Yeah, I feel so too. Now you can just cut. Yeah, that feels like a GG. Well, that's not the end I was expecting. I think just white completely forgot about this group. When he played... I think when he played that move, F2, I think he just forgot that he had to leave. And so this is actually also massive, like points-wise also massive. So very, very sage. And that looks like GG. Yeah. Well... Yeah, this F2, I think just with the temperature, he had no time to see that he was dying there. So will you do interview of the players? Well, if they want to talk, then for sure, yeah. I would be happy to talk to them. Also because actually the winner of this challenge is my opponent in the next turn, in the next round. So I'm guessing Mateusz now. So I can ask him how he feels about such time settings and things like that. So at least I got to see firsthand. And I think, yeah, pretty much my conclusion is like Mateusz is just same as all of us. He has kind of a control in the first games, and then everything breaks loose in the second part of this match. I think Ben0 is favorite. Given my first match against Stjepan in the first round, I'm not so sure about that. With trick Joseki, I'm planning to prepare for the next round. I don't do trick Joseki. I'm not Alexander Dinerstein. I don't do trick stuff. I just win by pure talent. Or lose, but at least it's my own talent. But I feel Mateusz has a lot of things prepared. I mean, just in general, I think he prepares a lot. Same with Stash. Both of them, they always come up with like some crazy new joseki that they study like crazy, and then they try to stick them in every game. So white is fighting, but yeah, that's just over. Except a misclick or lose by time. But yeah, now they are both at 40 seconds, so I don't really expect anybody to lose on time now. And black has no weak groups, so it's not like you can really kill anything. Just make Mateusz reveal all his secrets in the interview. I wish. So Factorio is sponsoring Go now. Sweet. Yeah, the creator of Factorio is a Czech Go player, and he has been sponsoring quite a few tournaments in Czechia, also helping to purchase like clocks and like materials in general. So, opa, why is my camera? Oops, here. So yeah. Czechia is usually pretty lucky with their sponsors. They have a bunch of like a couple of sponsors that help them to sponsor their biggest tournaments. Or like also this weekend was the Jabarin between Lokan and Skoj, but we both are the founder, let's say, of this tournament, and they get an ounce of gold for the winner. So yeah, we don't get gold for tournaments in France. So Czechia is pretty lucky with those sponsors. And yeah, but of course also Europe now is pretty lucky to have such a tournament, because having speed Go is rare enough. So having sponsored Go is even rarer almost. But really speed Go, I think, will become more popular. For example, Mateusz is organizing a tournament in Poland, I think in March or April, I think maybe March, in a salt mine near Krakow, and it's like a blitz tournament. So I think you play something like 18 rounds within 2 days, and it's like 10 seconds Fisher time. So I would like this kind of tournaments to become more popular. I would even be advocating for like a rating system, like a blitz rating system, like on EGD. I think 18 rounds. I mean, the website is on eurogofed.com. You can check that. But yeah, it's like a crazy amount of games. But of course, it's blitz games, so you can play them. And yeah, I like this kind of initiative, because I really think like Speed Go is very fun also for the viewers, if there is no bugs like today, of course. But if it's professional streamers, then it should be, I think, very enjoyable for the viewers. EGD has blitz category. No, but what I mean is different. Yeah, like a faster tournament will be on EGD with a fewer coefficient, but it's not a different rating. It's still the same rating system, like the same ELO based stuff. So I would advocate for like in chess, they have classical, they have rapid, and they have blitz. And so I would also I would appreciate that we start to also think about things like this. Okay, Mateusz just won because Yuze resigned. Yeah. At least Yuze was fighting. We didn't really talk about the game so much at the end, but yeah, like it was pretty much over. I will ask them if they want to join for quick questions. 1 second. Okay, so just let's make sure if the stream can hear you. Well, Mateusz, congrats.
Thank you.
So let chat let me know if you can hear Mateusz. That'd be nice.
I didn't hear.
No, sorry, I'm just talking to the chat to make sure that they can hear you. But they say they can hear you, so it's very good. Okay. So, Mateusz, first we can start with you. What do you think about the games?
Tough.
Yes, I've been there. I know. Okay. Like, did you really feel the time pressure a lot, or it was manageable for you?
In the first game, not that much, but every other, yes.
Yeah, but I felt you were always up on time, so you made sure to always be, for sure, the fastest.
Like, I'm not so sure. Like, I tried, like, I was actually checking many times on the clock, like, before it was, like, the last 10 seconds, still to just, like, keep more time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still, it was not that easy.
I understand.
More difficult to focus.
Yeah, I know. Of course. And so you say, well, at least you got one game from Mateusz, so not so bad. How did you feel about the games?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. This was like I played 1 minute and 4 seconds for sure, like before, because like today, but like I don't even play this time setting, so I don't know. I think it's a bit slower than like just putting stones on the board, but also it's a bit faster than like normal rapid games, so it's kind of annoying. And you need to like change after every game, like you need to play faster. And
Yeah, I feel like in the last game you just forgot that you were dying on the right, no? Like you played this Yuze move, like the jump on the second line, and you just forgot, or? In the fourth game, in the fourth one, you played F2, like the jump.
Yeah.
So you just forgot that you were okay. I mean, it happens, I guess. Cool. Okay. Also, for me, it was really interesting to watch you because technically the winner of the game is my next opponent. So it was good for me to study what's happening. Okay, cool. I will ask the chat if you have any questions to the players. Would using cost rates be a good strat in those type of time settings? Cost rates. Well, I mean, yeah, core is usually good in Fischer because you can gain time. Someone in chat is asking. But I don't think you really plan for those. You just hope that a core will appear and you can gain some time. So if no questions for Mateusz or for Yuze, I think we can close the stream. Thank you everyone for watching, despite the issues in the first game, technical issues, but we made it work in the end. For the next game, it will be between, I believe, Jan Prokop and Ali Jabarin. So it will be, I think, on Monday, not Sunday, but like the Monday after, so just one day after. And yeah, so thank you everyone for watching and see you next week. I don't know actually who will be streaming, but you will, and Mil and I will catch you up with that. Bye bye everyone. See you.